happening, you beautiful people? So I've been trying to think. I know I'm telling you about my journey and stuff like that, and what I've been doing in awakening. Um, I don't like calling it awakening. Realization. Go inwards rather than outwards. Started with a question: Who am I? And I've been trying because I know when I talk to people I know, loved ones, family, friends, they don't get it, and it is hard to understand because if you don't truly want to find you, who I am, what I am, it with me became an obsession. I had to know what was going on, why I felt the way I felt. Um, but for people who are not ready to face themselves, truly, then they don't get it. What I talk about, it just sounds like hippie mumbo jumbo or some real wacky mushroom trip. Um, Especially about one part, like my partner. Um, and I went wild camping with my son, and I was talking to him about it, and he kept playing a song. It was just in his head; he couldn't get rid of it, and he's like, "Oh, it's doing my head in now, Dad. Not only am I playing the song, I'm hearing the instruments, I'm hearing every word." And he was like, "Right, take that, write that there, for example. Now, in your head, whether you got your eyes open or eyes closed, listen to the music, listen to the words, listen to the sounds." And then I asked him, "Who's the one hearing it? Who's hearing that music?" And he said, "I am." And I said, "But you're not. Not in reality. So where are you hearing it? Because what you're listening to doesn't exist anywhere, not even in your head." And it forced me to delve into that area. And like I said, I was talking to my queen, and I don't talk to her often because it does her head in. So I just, leave it with myself. And I held up a can of Coke. And I said, "Look at this can of Coke." She went, "Okay." I said, "Really look at it." "Okay." And then I put it in the bin. I'll do it with you now. So look at this can. Really look at it. Right now in your mind, visualize that can. You don't have to close your eyes or anything. Just visualize it, and you can see it. You can see the color, see the shape. You can see it. Now, really, really focus on this question: what is seeing it? What's seeing that can? Because it's not this, and the can doesn't exist anywhere in here, in your mind. It doesn't exist. The creation of that can is nowhere. And your natural reaction would be, well, it's your mind, it's your brain creating that image. Well, yeah, it is. It's your mind and your brain that's creating all of this. But what's looking at it? What's actually seeing the can? Because it's not these, it's not anything here. And like I said, it doesn't exist here. The can doesn't exist, but something's seeing it. Now, really focus on what it is that's seeing that can. The colours. And pay attention to its response. It doesn't have one. It doesn't have an opinion. It's completely neutral. It's just experiencing the image of the can. That's it. With nothing attached to it. No predictions, no thoughts, no feelings, no emotion, no opinion, no words, no voice, nothing. And that's what I believe we are. It's just that experience. Nothing more. Even in reality. Reality is created by what we think is real. But we experience it through senses of a physical being because we believe we are a physical being. But the same thing that looks at that can experiences everything that internally is going on. So your thoughts, your feeling, your touch, your sound, your taste, your emotions. That same thing is still there. It doesn't go anywhere. But it doesn't have anything to add or to take away. It's just experience. That's nothing more and nothing less. And that's all we are, is that. And that can never be born, it can never die. Its experience is the experience. I believe we all know what, well, when you really look deep into what infinity is, for infinity to experience itself, it would narrow itself down to a single point, singularity, and look and observe itself from the singularity position. And when it does that, it can't be infinite. It is just the singularity. But it creates within that gap the experience of it, which that's all we are. That's what we are. That's what we all are. Yeah. I don't know what you think about that. Tell me what you think about that. Peace.